strap on your seatbelts, because if we're going to be treated like we're crazy for just wanting to exist, we may as well build a castle. Oh, wet my pants. Are you gonna blow it out?
I don't know. From the outside, this place looked fine. On the inside, however, it is held together with a lick and a promise.
The basement is riddled with mold.
We gotta get out of here.
Rents are spiraling out of control and life is becoming unbearable for tenants.
We have to change our life dramatically and pretty soon.
I love helping people realize their dreams.
I want to give everything that I learned away for free.
If you want trans people to disappear, guess where they're gonna end up? At my inn.
Do you remember, my darling, my birthday where we were in Australia? You saw me making my own cake and you saw me putting the candles on my own cake and you burst into tears.
I remember looking at you like, I'm a monster.
It was so sweet. I had to explain that. No. I love this. I love making cake.
With their landlord's eviction hearing set to happen in 2 weeks, and their only immigration path closing in just 7 months, Tristan and Lou don't get days off. Though today is a little different. Their energy, time, and money may be tied up in survival, but they still find ways to make this day special. Tristan is happy to celebrate his birthday with nothing more than a passion for baking and simple ingredients found around the home. By the end of the day, they will come together to make a yellow lemon cake with blueberry buttercream icing topped with candied lemon peels. Lou, meanwhile, helps lighten the load for them both by making a dent in the mountain of housework, even if he and Tristan will be the only dinner guests. No small task when you're managing spinal injuries in a moldy house that makes them worse.
This afternoon it's time to tackle the laundry because I have let it go for long enough. If I let it go any longer, it's going to turn into the Everest of laundered clothing. I would really love to be able to pay like a cleaner, someone to help with laundry, because I'm very physically disabled, but also with ADHD, laundry is hard. Keeping up with laundry is hard. Az tends to handle the actual like laundering of it, which all takes place in the basement, and then it comes upstairs and then I put it away. We're a team like that. But for me, honestly, it's unmanageable, and you can choose to either feed yourself, get some work done, have any kind of social life, or clean. And that's just cleaning. That's not like tidying and laundering. They're different things. And they're skilled labors.
But a housing crisis waits for no one. Even today, Tristan must update their evidence packet for the landlord's hearing and decide which of their many overdue bills is the most dire, if they can pay any at all. Tristan and Lou have been trying to get the landlord to repair the broken drain causing mold and damp for 17 months. After building inspectors, plumbing technicians, and mold specialists all confirmed the urgency and necessity of these repairs, the landlord is finally reaching out to schedule an air quality test.
That's an industrial air scrubber that we have to use for our basement every day.
Tristan decides to focus on 2 critical tasks that could make a life-changing difference for them: legal aid for an ongoing medical injury case, and launching their GoFundMe.
I am checking my email, and I'm having a look at an invoice that I got from the lawyers. It is time for me to pay them. Which is a pretty stomach-clenching proposition, because this is the only way to get any kind of relief from the absolute horrors of this past year and a bit. There's a real kicker here with the housing aspect, is that if we could have afforded to leave, to flee the property, there would be no question about whether any rent was owed during that time. But there's no accessible information that tells us how to go about this. Maybe it's partly my ADHD, but if it is, so what? I have to submit an application for our hearing to be held via video conference for accessibility reasons. I have to submit another application for our hearing and the information to be confidential. I'm a face, a queer face on the internet, and that has come with exactly this sort of uh-ohs that you might expect that to have come with in the past. And I don't want to invite those uh-ohs or wake them back up. So that's a necessity. And I can't think about all of this stuff for too long because I will just become paralyzed, because no one thing feels like it will make a big enough difference to be worth the immense amount of time and energy that it takes me to do everything right now. There are multiple levels of sickness going on here. For Lou, with the mold and the chronic pain and inflammation, and for me, with the mold and the other thing that I cannot talk too much about that has to do with the bones inside of my face. Anyway, what we can hope for now is to try and make some of our art take off. I made a little GoFundMe. At the time of this filming, I did not launch it officially. I just shared this amongst some friends. I've never made a fundraising thing quite like this before, so this is pretty new. If this turns out, that will help a whole lot of other stuff fall into place. We can leave, we can move. We can move to a place that's not actively causing Lou pain while we try to bring a case forward to a tribunal. That would be amazing.
We're done. We're done. I just have to take these downstairs, but we're done. We're free. Just like that. How easy. How easy. Whew. I know in my guts that creating this kind of space and sharing knowledge with others and creating a community spot where we can do art lessons and we can share skills and we can provide shelter and we can play and spread some joy and get people used to the idea of not only trans joy but just incorporating play and communication with people they don't know into their lives and not being frightened of others in a safe space could do wonders for not just me and Az, but for a lot of people who feel very disconnected and who are really lacking that joy. I don't want to put it behind a huge paywall. I want to offer it to people as a lifestyle, as a shift of thinking where we incorporate play and whimsy and creation into our everyday lives. You don't have to be a master of it, you just have to enjoy it and meet with others and find out more about what you have in common with people than what you don't. And I think that the path to that is through play, and the path to that, creating that space for us, is through getting our feet under us, buying a commercial property and beginning. So let's do it. Thank you all. You're grand. And thank you guys. I love you.
Hi. I have had a Patreon page since 2015. Oh my god, it's my 10-year Patreon anniversary. Wow. So I am making the perhaps crazy insane decision to make all of my tutorials and crafting guides that I've posted in all of that time free. I'm making it all free. We are in a season of pretty radical change, whether we like it or not. I'm gonna make some of these changes the ones that I like. I just think that all knowledge should be free. People who got special effects school in Hollywood for 4 years, they don't need what I put on Patreon. They got it. The people like me, or who have it even worse, who couldn't do that, they're the people that I'm making it hard for. Especially after everything that Lou and I have been through these past couple of years, the last thing that I want to do is find some sort of success and then pull the ladder up behind me. Why would I do that? It makes me want to throw up. Studies have shown that when you share knowledge and work cooperatively in a community, everybody in that community does better than when there's a competitive, isolated mindset. And I can't stand the capitalism brain rot of it anymore. I can't do it. I'm making all of mine free. You can buy my art. It's a big moment for me. I think it's a little bit scary, but I think that's going to be good in the long run. I think that's a healthy community thing to attempt to do.
Just over the horizon, they see a life filled with labors of love, where housework isn't part of a never-ending struggle against soul-crushing exhaustion and injured bones, but a team effort that improves the lives and fuels the fantasies of a community. So people like them have somewhere to breathe easy and make art, host fantastical birthday parties, whimsical photo shoots, and artists' retreats, where guests can be taken care of, and where they can take care of each other in turn. A castle in a housing crisis. But right now, Tristan would be happy just being certain that their oven won't explode.
And now, a word from our sponsors. And now we return to the last threshold. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Call service, upper oven, over temp limit. This chicken must roast. Not the oven. Call service. Ooh. Oh my god. Oh, that doesn't seem safe. I think the oven's broken. And the landlord's never gonna fix it. For the love of all that is good in chicken. We cannot lose the oven. What am I gonna do? Farts. Computer, how do you roast a chicken on a stovetop in a Dutch oven?
Sorry, no recipes were found for chicken.
Well, I guess I'll have to Google it. I mean, it destroyed one side of this chicken already. Wow. But perhaps we can salvage it. So if your oven is an electrical hazard and your landlord is a menace to society, what can't a Dutch oven do? Really? I mean, please. I mean, we've all had blackened chicken. Okay, now it's time to eat it.
With their oven joining the list of uncertain necessities, community has become the cavalry, and dinner is served. After a long day, it's finally time to light the candles.
I'm drinking.
Let's.
I'll wet my pants.
Okay. This is a fire hazard.
Burn my finger.
Dun 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 dun. Birth.
I love you.
Oh. I love you too.
For he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, and so say all of us. So say all of us. So say all of us. And you just keep going until it peters out.
Oh my god.
That's after the regular birthday song.
That's too much.
You deserve it.
That's 2 songs.
You are a jolly good fellow.
Some cake.
Show them that.
It's a good.
Wowie. You're so clever. It's pretty yummy. I know little girls that would kill for this kind of thing.
But they can't have it. Unless we run events at a magical inn.
Yeah, and have like little fairy parties. They can have little fairy cupcakes. We had a little time, like roses and stuff like that.
I would lose my freaking marbles to make little girl fairy birthday party.
Yeah.
Cakes like this.
Mm-hmm. There's money in it. Rich people love that stuff.
Progress is slow when you have to fight housing, medical, and immigration odds stacked against you at every step. But the house is cleaner, their evidence packet for the landlord's eviction hearing is updated, and the lawyers have agreed to a payment plan. They now have just over 6 months to prove their dream is attainable or be pushed out of the country. Their newly launched GoFundMe has opened the gates for a community that's ready to help them break free from negligent landlords once and for all, and start making the Storybook Inn real. Every chip in the wall is proof they're building more than survival. People like them are not going to disappear. They're going to keep fighting. They're going to thrive. You guys better thrive as well, or I'm gonna punch the sun in its face. But as their evidence becomes more compelling, the landlord is determined to get the last word. And while legal proceedings drag on, medical care for Tristan can't come soon enough.
I think the infection would have spread to my brain.
If you want to be part of the story, join Tristan and Lou on their journey to building a Storybook Inn as they escape to the last threshold.
This program was made possible by generous contributions to your local capitalism escape plan from patrons like you.